Good morning and welcome to day 97 of Geriatric 1944's Coronavirus Diaries. And today I want to talk about superficiality. I believe that is the curse of humanity this century, and it's going to bring us down as a species. What do I mean by it? Well, I mean that people now can only think in the most simplistic terms, mainly tabloid headlines and slogans. Kill this, destroy that, praise this, knock that. It specifically strikes me with this recent Glasgow incident. Now, firstly, the media, of course, overhypes everything. The media exaggerates everything. It makes it a better story. So therefore, you have to do it. And no longer do people on the media bother to check facts. So, for example, the Glasgow incident was immediately revealed on television, on radio, in the papers, online, social media, that 3 people had been killed. And very rapidly, but over a period of several hours, it became clear that no, not 3 people had been killed, 1 person had been killed, and the rest were in hospital being treated. So you look closely at this and you discovered the 1 person who'd been killed was the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator, who was running around with a knife, attempting to stab people and succeeding in stabbing some people. So who had killed him? It's now revealed it was a police officer. However, the publicity machine's already gone into action and everybody's been praising the brave police who have stopped this mad loony from killing people. But the actual reality is there's only been 1 death, and the death has been caused by a police officer. Now, I have no idea what the situation around it is, and neither have you, until there's an investigation. And when there's an investigation and a result by the professional people, hopefully the media will then report that. I doubt it. They'll still say, what a brave policeman. Anyway, they couldn't do that in Minneapolis because it was clearly filmed on a smartphone that bent cop was kneeling on the innocent man's neck for 9 minutes who was saying, I can't breathe, and died. Well, the result of that is pretty clear. Again, we shouldn't prejudge anything until after the trial, but it does look as though the bent cop was a murderer, a killer. But either way, George Floyd was the victim. Either way, the reality is that the media pick up on a story and they run with it and they simplify it down. Now, in that situation, it's led to this enormous, huge worldwide scare, Black Lives Matter, which does imply that Asian lives and white lives and female lives and children's lives don't matter at all, unless, of course, the skin colour is black. I don't think it covers brown lives either. And you go, it's so fucking superficial. In fact, I have to tell you, it's stupid. And it drives me mad. Well, that's what's happened from, I believe, in this Wuhan thing, which got so inflated by the media. Everybody fell for the fact that it was a dreadful plague, instead of a trivial virus that doesn't affect more than 95, 96 people with any bad symptoms and is only lethal or dangerous to a very tiny percentage of people who get it. The result and the reaction has caused far more deaths and misery and everything else than if we just treated it as it was, like another form of flu. And I've been banging on about that for ages. But having said that, in recent days, there have been 2 discoveries made about COVID-19 or coronavirus that nobody seems to have picked up. A couple of very small media outlets have picked up on it. One is something that they call the blood-brain barrier, which I had no idea about. Apparently, the blood-brain barrier is a barrier in the brain which actually stops 99% of the viruses getting from the blood into the brain. It filters them out. Well, I gather COVID-19 does not go into that 99%. In fact, it goes into the 1% and as a result can cause quite serious brain damage, ranging from mild brain damage to extremely bad and even death brain damage. And also not just with the elderly, because that's the other thing. They've also discovered that COVID-19 or coronavirus tends to thicken the blood, which causes blood clots. And as a result, many more young people have been rushed to hospital with strokes. Now, of course, nobody's examined that. Some of them, they don't even look to see if they've got COVID-19 because they've had a stroke. That's why they're in hospital. Why test them for COVID-19? But it seems to be a real significant increase in young people with strokes in hospitals. Has the media picked up on this? No, because it really contradicts their big story about this plague and only the vulnerable being the elderly. Whereas there, you see, of course, they're overhyping, as usual, the simplistic story. Whereas to me, that's quite frightening. That, to me, implies that this could be a great deal more serious for the majority of people than we've been told. Young people who get mild symptoms or no symptoms at all may find it thickens their blood and they get a stroke and they go rush to hospital and some of them will die. We've really got to start looking at things in depth, and more than that, as a media, reporting things in depth. That's what I try and do here on these silly geriatric 1944 diaries. I'll leave you with Una Paloma Blanca. You can fuck off now.
The sun shines on the mountains and the night is on the run. It's a new day, it's a new way, and I fly up to the sun. I can feel the morning sunlight, I can smell the new mown hay, I can hear God's voices calling for my golden skylight gray. Paloma Blanca, I'm just a bird in the sky. Una Paloma Blanca, over the mountains I fly. No one can take my freedom away. Once I had my share of losing, once they locked me on a chain. Yes, they tried to break my power. Oh, I still can feel the pain. Una Paloma Blanca, I'm just a bird in the sky.